When it comes to practicing English, we've all tried watching movies, TV shows, the news, reading a lot of books to help us learn this language, and for some reason, these very logical solutions don't seem to work that well. So let's put that aside for a second and let's discuss a very simple 3-step process that will help us practice English and our communication skills alone at home that are actually effective. Hey, my name is Hrideep and I love learning about effective communications and sharing those learnings with you so that you can level up your communications game as well. Okay, our process is very simple. It involves choosing a topic, speaking on that topic, and evaluating. That's all it is. To get deeper into each of these points, starting with choosing a topic, you can choose any topic that you want. It just needs to be something you have some amount of knowledge in, at least in the beginning stages, so that you have content inside your own minds to speak on them. For whatever reason, if you're lost as to what topic you need to pick, simply open up a dictionary, search any word that you want, any word that seems interesting, and speak on that topic. Or if you want a ready-made list for you, we have a link in the description below which has hundreds of different speech topics. Pick any one of them and just try to speak on it. And when we do speak on that topic, we need to audio record ourselves. This is very critical. It's the crux of the entire method, that we need to audio record ourselves speaking. I'll get into why that's important, but before that, what exactly do we speak about when we take or choose a particular topic? That's where a framework known as PREP comes into the picture. PREP. P-R-E-P. It stands for point, reason, example, point. It means that whenever you're given a topic, you simply have to say the main point of that topic. You have to give a reason for it, follow it up with an example, and then restate your main point. For instance, if I choose a topic called what's my favorite music, I'll simply start off with saying my point. My favorite type of music is rock music. Then I'll move on to my reason. I like listening to rock music because as a teenager, it gave me an outlet to express all my frustrations. Then we follow it up with an example. One of my favorite rock bands is this band called Linkin Park. I've heard every song of every album and I just love how they bring rock and rap into this creative expression. And that's why rock music is my favorite type of music. And that's how you end by restating your main point. Point, reason, example, point. It'll help you speak on any topic for at least 20 to 60 seconds, depending on how long you want to elongate your speech. Now, after you're done audio recording yourself, you need to simply self-evaluate. Hear the audio recording back and try to look for any grammatical mistakes that you might be making, any sort of fluency errors, any long pauses, anything that you feel is not going right. Now, it might be a little difficult to know what's right and what's wrong, in which case it's good to have some sort of mentor who you can send these recordings to get another perspective. But in most cases, we tend to know the basics of English. In most cases, we have the content in our minds, but for some reason, it just doesn't come out through speech. And that's where a method like this really comes into the picture, wherein we can actually hear ourselves and evaluate ourselves. And not only does this increase our ability to speak English, it also increases our ability to speak on the spot on almost any topic once we go through this exercise enough number of times. And that's exactly why audio recording our speeches is so helpful. And in terms of more frameworks like PREP, there might be certain topics where that might not apply. So I'm putting 2 more frameworks down in the description, which will act as guidelines to speak on random topics. And that's about it. If you have any more questions around things like communications, we have an entire website with in-depth articles and resources dedicated just for that. So go check out franticallyspeaking.com.